Now I have made a compilation of the descriptions pertaining to breast. You see, this is a very significant description. 112.51. Carrying the world's future on her lonely breast. On her lonely breast. This is what Narad is telling in the book of Fate. Carrying the human hope in a heart, left soul, etc. Then again here you have got a dire expectancy knocked at her breast. 115.10. This we can understand as a good poetic description. Savitri is about to begin her yoga. She is not getting any clue how to proceed. She is now weighing various pros and cons, do this, do that, how to approach and that kind of a thing. But therefore, all the while in her breast, in her heart, a dire expectancy, the death of Satyavan. That expectancy is there all the while in her breast. You see. She wailed from her and bears an human breast, the world and fate. In the same passage, how Savitri's mother-in-law is saying things, you see. Or you see again, waking at morn, her lips endlessly clung to his. That is book 7, canto 1, you see. Unwilling ever to separate again or lose that honeyed drain of lingering joy, unwilling to lose his body from her breast. From her breast, you see. The warm, inadequate sign that love must use. Too well she loved to speak a fateful word. That is again the same canto. She is keeping the knowledge entirely to herself. Nobody in the forest knows that on this particular day Satyavan is to die. She alone knows that thing. Too well she loved to speak a fateful word and lay her burden on his happy head. She pressed the outsurging grief back into her breast. Everything she is holding back, you see. To dwell within silent, unheld, alone. Well, let us skip some of these things and move forward. Yeah. The ancient mother clutched her child to her breast. This is what we have seen in Canto 7 last time. Savitri would have merged into the unknowable and disappeared from this creation altogether. But she cannot go. She has a work to do here. So the ancient mother is holding her back and holding to her breast. So everything is important here. Everything has to be held here. Pressing her close in her environing arms. Perhaps she made conscious in her breast a miraculous Nahil. She is holding in her breast the entire nirvanic state. Nahil stands for nothing now except God, nothing, nothing, nothing. Yes, origin of our soul. So, this is the definition. What is the origin of our souls? Nahil. We come from that soul. See again, here, Savitri is approaching her mother-in-law on the day of Satyavan's death. She wants to get permission from her to accompany him to the forest. And therefore, she spoke but with guarded lips and tranquil face. She is not disclosing what is going to happen at all. Guarded lips and tranquil face. As some stray word or some betraying look should let pass into the mother's unknowing breast. This is important again, you see. It's not her mind, her soul, her breast. Slaying all happiness and need to live, etc., etc. Now, Satyavan says, you see, this is important again. She came to him in silent anguish and clasped, and he cried to her, Savitri, a pang cleaves through my head and breast, as if the axe were piercing it and not the living branch. It is piercing his breast again. Her husband's cause on her forsaken breast. This is what we have been seeing now. And then she says here further, calmly she laid upon the forest soil the dead who still repose upon her breast.
Maybe the drawing was wrong.
For me?
Maybe the painting was wrong.
No, that is what we are seeing all, you see. I am going.
It's difficult to paint.
See, it's very clear. I mean, he says, repose upon her breast, you see, and go to turn away, etc., etc. And then, again, but still in its lone niche of temple strength, motionless, her flame bright spirit mute, erect, burned like a torch fire from a windowed room, pointing again the darkness, somber breath. Darkness, somber breath. Everywhere that is important. Not left, breast. Breast. Let's move on. Yeah. Lost in the giddy, row 156.11. Now, this is toward the end of the Canto 11, book 11. Satyavan and Savitri are coming back after Savitri getting the boon from the Supreme, and they're tumbling down, falling down like a leaf. Lost in the giddy proneness that speed world, sinking, overcome, she disappeared like a leaf spinning from the tree of heaven in broad unconsciousness as in a pool. So the leaf is falling into the pool in that way. A hospitable softness drew her into a wonder of miraculous depths. Above her closed a darkness of great wing, and she was buried in a mother's breast, Mother Earth, buried in a mother. What I'm thinking is, this has connotations, this has significance. He is using this thing breast repeatedly in different contexts. In fact, we had to see in the whole of Savitri with what nuances the word breast is used in different places. This breast has something very rich in it, not only just warmth, intimacy, love, affection, but something much deeper than that, as if there are some kind of occult things present in it, and it is that occult which is now coming into play at every moment here and there. She was buried in a mother's breast, lain on earth, mother's calm, inconscient breast. Calm, inconscient breast. She is coming down. She saw the green-clad branches lean above, guarding her sleep with her enchanted life, and overhead a blue-winged ecstasy flutter from bough to bough with high-pitched call. That is how Savitri, well, this is later on again. And then later on, ever she held on the paradise of her, ever she held on the paradise of her breast her lover. Her lover, you see. Ever she held the paradise of her lover, charmed into a fathomless sleep, lay like an infant spirit unaware, lulled on the verge of two consenting worlds. And Satyavan, when Satyavan now gets life back here, he asks Savitri, what has happened? Where was I? Where are you going? You have followed me all the day. Hast thou not taken my heart to treasure it in the secure environment of thy breast? Okay. Are you not holding all the while my heart in your breast with you? Heaven's touch, Savitri replies to Satyavan, Heaven's touch fulfills, but cancels not our earth. Our bodies need each other in the same lust. Still, in our breast, repeat heavenly secret rhythm. Our human heart beats passionately close. Our human heart beats passionately close. And then finally, she closed her arms about his breast and head as if to keep him on her bosom, warm forever through the journey of the years. Satyavan is awake and she is keeping her arms about him. Let us see the picture of that. One concerting thought moved every breast. See, Savitri is narrating, rather Satyavan is narrating what had happened during the daytime, and people around there are asking, and then one consenting thought moved every breast. Everybody is now listening to that, and what is happening in their breast, not here, not here, here, not in the heart, but here, very close, intimate, warm. See. What gleaming marvel of the earth or sky, that is Savitri's breast, a gleaming marvel. Gleaming marvel on earth or sky. Stands silently by human Satyavan to mark a brilliance in the dusk of eve. So the eve is there, but she is burning there like a sun in the day. And that is a marvel, gleaming marvel. That is what is seen now in every breast, you see. Now, let us see. Now, what happens in the end when Satyavan awakes?
But the breast is synonym to heart and psychic breast. When he's using breast, he means the psychic breast being? Is the soul, yes. And the psychic being and the heart.
We were wondering, the breast. It's surely they use the word psychic being, psychic in Savitri.
See, here now, towards the end, when Satyavan comes back to life, the fellow is in her lap. It is in her lap, no? It's not true.
That's the point.
Yeah. He is definitely in her lap.
Maybe she is taking it from the Puranic story. The Puranic story.
Yeah. Now I will. Yeah. So. No, whatever it is, we are going by this text. We are going by this text. You see, we are going by this.
I think so. She has conceived the whole idea.
Yeah. Well, so now of course he is awake and he is now lying on the ground. So and Savitri is looking at him, etc., etc. You see from here. See. Now, let me. So this breast, forsaken breast, is not that insignificant. You see. You see, during my recent visit in Genova, I had given a talk on Savitri, the poetry of immortality, in the University of Genova. And they had made huge big publicity everywhere, in the newspapers, in the canteens, in the cafeteria, in the streets. They had put a lot of posters. So this is the poster. So this talk was sponsored by Genoa University, then by two other organizations, in collaboration with Indian Consulate in Milano. So all the three had, yeah. It had come in newspapers, it had come on the website. So there is something to be resolved about this aspect, lap or breast. I am not going to leave it as it is. There are some references about lap, but let us take the relevant ones. Now, Satyavan very clearly says 133.29 in that canto. Awhile let me lay my head upon thy lap, and guard me with thy hands from evil fate. Perhaps because thou touchest, death may pass. Upon thy lap, head upon thy lap.